What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 57 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. Sorry about the slight delay on this particular campaign and a few others, I guess. As some of you may know, there was a update to SFO, and this campaign is, for those curious, still using the old SFO version, plus on top of that the rollback of the base game as well. Unfortunately, rollbacks take, I think they re-download the game. I'm not entirely sure what they do, but it takes absolute ages to do, or at least it partially re-downloads stuff. And with my extremely slow internet, it does take a while. But fortunately, everything looks to be okay. Man, someday I gotta get a better internet. Maybe something with a decent upload speed, because damn is it slow. But anyway, as we saw last time, we had many a morsel of peasant at Chaos, destroying the last of the Bordello errant, and a good time was had by all, both us and the peasants, because of course it is better to be eaten by a dinosaur than to live as a peasant in Bretonnia. Otherwise, it looks like Illustria is going pretty good, which is probably a good thing right about now, because at turn 103, we're, what, 12 turns away, unless I'm mistaken, from the endgame scenario. I can't remember if I put it to 110 or 115, but we're nearly there, which means it's about to get even more interesting. So we shall see about that. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, there's probably a few more armies to move. I also gotta not forget to add... well, that's not good. Yeah, I'll deal with you in a second. I wanted to upgrade the Caverns of SOTEK that we got from the Order of Lore Masters. This is a major issue, though. We are going to go... Well, I guess we'll go for the Chameleon Menagerie first. We have decent growth here. Oh, wait. I see why I didn't upgrade this. I wanted the Temple Avenue of Gold up to tier 5, but I feel like we're going to need walls here sooner rather than later. We're probably going to have to get rid of the meat storage hall at SOTEK's Trail as well. Well, it's either that or send an actual army down here. Well, we are building an army with the Soko Rismate. It looks like he's actually going to have to get a proper army going. All right, in that light then. This is actually ludicrously expensive. 58 allegiance for a Trollhammer torpedo, 17 allegiance for a single miner. Have you gone completely insane, game? Yeah, that's pretty crazy, but either way, Iron Drakes and more Iron Drake. Ooh, 82, not bad. Yeah, see, why are they like half the price from Karazakarak than they are from Thorek? That seems kind of ridiculous. Huh, that's really bizarre. Where do we have our outpost with Thor? We have it in his capital, where we recruit Iron Drakes from. I don't understand why it's twice as expensive from him. And our capitals are much, much closer together. In fact, they're basically right beside each other. Our relationship with Thorek is much better. Why are his Iron Drakes twice as much? What could possibly be affecting those? I was going to look that up, and I feel like I did, but then I forgot, or I didn't get an answer as to why exactly there's such a massive difference between the two. Could it have something to do with their capacity, perhaps? I don't know. Well, either way, this is going to be Soko Rismate's army. Anyway, this is something we have to deal with. So, Kairos, you are... Oh, huh. We actually don't know him. Okay, but by the looks of it, since he's headed this... Oh, look at that. His ship is like a Greek ship. Oh, that's interesting. Honestly, I would have expected some kind of crazy, fiery contraption, not a Greek ship with wings, but sure. I think this is the time. If he's going to continue heading towards us, what we need to do then is probably get our defensive alliance going, or our military alliance going. You're already at war with him, right? Yeah, you're already at war with him, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, military alliance going with Teclis, which will immediately identify Kairos for us. This also means that any other faction that we've been avoiding because of Kairos, like you, Citadel of Dusk, can be aligned with. Let's get that defensive alliance with you as well. Balance offer. You are friendly with the cult of SOTEK, and you'll even give us some money. That's just swell. Alrighty, and we could just go straight up military if we wanted to. Do we want to? Are they at war with Kairos? They are not. So we could force them into a war with Kairos, like we've forced them into other wars. But yeah, balance offer. Why don't you give us even more money? It's not like they're really using it for anything useful. And it's not like we care about this little minor faction anyway. Alrighty, we also... Oh, Xhotl doesn't actually want any kind of alliance as well. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Now, what we want to do is probably join the war, or actually no, we want everyone to declare war on Kairos. So I guess we're going to militarily declare war then. Okay. And I'm glad we noticed that little ship. Cult of SOTEK. You're not the one I care about. Northern Provinces was the one I cared about, but it looks like they're not willing to go straight up military alliance. 8k is a little bit steep, and... Well, we could join war against Puppets of Misrule. Maybe we should. The thing is, we know the faction, and they will most likely not only declare war on us, but probably use their abilities against us as well. How much would you give us for this? Yeah, they do it for joining the war against Puppets of Misrule. It would mean none of the other factions do, but perhaps it's better that a lot of other factions don't do it as well. Though I guess forcing... Ah, man, yeah, see, here's the thing. Forcing all of these guys into a war with the puppets will mean, once again, they're friendlier with each other. Damn. Can't believe you want 8k for 3. Alright, now we're gonna declare war against... it's an anti-Tzeentch episode, I guess, because we're gonna declare war against Kairos and against the Puppets of Misrule. I was hoping to get the Northern Provinces in on it, but oh well. Declare war on Kairos, call your allies to help. Everybody will get nice and friendly from all this. And then we'll do the same against the Puppets of Misrule. Declare war. Oh, wait. Are we at war with Clan Eshin? I guess it doesn't really matter whether we are. Yes, we are, and yeah, that's fine. Call allies to help.
You have knowledge to share, Fu.
There we go. Alright, well, they will probably start moving southward towards Kroq, though we probably won't be sticking around here with Krok's main army. We're actually going to have to build another army here. That might be another issue. Oh, Dragonfang Mount, we also need to upgrade you. Damn, you're expensive, though. Produce a lot of money, though, so it's worth the upgrade and the crazy expense regardless. Shattered Stone Bay will upgrade you as well while we're there. Though that's basically all of our cash. Alrighty, well, since we're doing diplomacy, we might as well finish up the diplomacy that we have left, such as it is. Aberland, there was a reason I didn't ally with you before, and I think it was because the Wood Elves don't like you.
Yes.
Just trying to get more alliances going before the endgame scenario. Still on the fence about betraying the Border Prince. Well, betraying, quote-unquote, betraying the Border Princes, but at some point they'll probably be willing to... Oh, in fact, we could trade with them now. 185. It's probably worth a lot less than it would be to get this entire province, but we also, once again, don't have an army near there, so I don't care for it. Anyway, let's see whoever else needs to move. You are going to go for the Great Hall of Greasus, and by go for, I mean you are going to colonize it. We need to do so before Alona does. Hopefully Alona will move to Grimtop instead, but there's no guarantee. Well, stay here for now. We're gonna have to see. Kylok, you are in kind of exactly the same situation, but I guess you can move southward a little bit more together with Gorok, and in fact you can go into Astromancy, or no, you can go into Channeling, stands like so. Did we move all the Tech Thieves? I think we did move them last time. Mine is delete, but we're not deleting delete until it's time to delete. Master Survivor, you are fine, and I believe that's it. Alrighty, which means we're ready to end the turn. I thought that there might have been an army, but apparently not the case. Do we need any rights right now? Causes attrition, no. Okay, yeah, we really need to be wary of Kairos coming up north and annoying us here. I guess the question is whether we delete this right now or wait. I mean, Caverns of SOTEK is the one much more likely to get attacked than SOTEK's Trail, to be fair. And I doubt Temple Avenue of Gold will fall to anything short of Kairos' full stack with a bunch of elites, so I think we're okay. Damage building, we're in... Oh, Castle Drakenhof. We're still gonna trade that. And oh, in fact, I had an idea. So, we're obviously not going to win the battle at Castle Temple. I'm not against this. There's too many single entities, at least not if sieging. What we're going to do is back off. Break siege. I think we're going to continue trying to ambush, although we probably... Oh, this is all attrition and that. Actually, Castle Drakenhof is okay. Wait, why is it no attrition here, but yes attrition here? I'm not sure. Dense forest, light forest. Swamp. Oh, it's because of the swampland. It's not even because of the... it's not even because of the other stuff. Okay, okay, fine. You're gonna move into march stance. Right there. Go into the light forest. And if this guy goes for Drakenhof, he goes for Drakenhof. I don't see any need to waste our time sieging it. And if Ungrim tries to go for it, that's great. Oh, maybe he would have gone for it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I still feel like we should probably try the ambush rather than fighting a battle that we have a high disadvantage at. We also will want to have Tic Tac kill this guy, right? Well, actually, if he moves, I'm pretty sure this guy can run. Whereas right now, he can't do anything. So maybe we stay here, because this guy's stuck. Yeah, you know what, I like that. He's stuck, we can either attack him next turn, or attack this guy next turn. Tic Tac can move. So, I'll move next turn. So yeah, skip here, not move. Commandment available, we will take though. Definitely alignment of monuments for that construction cost and research. Outpost upgrade available in Steingart. We do have a gunsmith here, so this is probably somewhat valuable. And we got new outposts with new allies as well. But we could do that next turn, especially since we're out of money, and... oh, wow, right. We're about to lose a lot of income once we build all of this stuff for Mazda Mundi. And we do have a bunch of other stuff that we want to build as well. Yeah, we need more cash. We need ever more cash. You know what, maybe we'll leave this to tier 1 for now. I do like the idea of marble and the idea of the Lizardmen Plaza here. Let's also go for the skink favelas or growth. Honestly, growth isn't really needed here because we don't have a tier main settlement, so it's fine. Alrighty, now we end the turn, see if anybody attacks us anywhere, and proceed. Alrighty, oracles, you are going to go for us soon, I'm sure. We'll have to watch out for that. Tehenhauin, what you want, buddy? You want a military alliance? I would love to, but there is no purpose to doing so at the current time. And in fact, there never will be, because we will want to confederate you rather than ally with you. I wonder what Rakartha's doing out there. At the very least, it's lovely that Tlashbach is finally ready to go, more or less. We can send him out to do some battles. He's been waiting. Though to be fair, he's also had battles, but always under strength. Now it's finally time for him to be at strength. I wonder if the Puppets of Misrule are going to start annoying us with that ability. It was only a matter of time anyway, but still. 'Tis an annoying ability. Ally begins construction, yeah, sure. Settlement receives plague, Krakatan, faction destroyed Hawkland, we don't care. Ally begins outpost construction, NG Benki ready, technology researched, great. And okay, that is it. Now, oh, well, if it isn't an immediate army. Techless, I'm gonna need you to actually kill that army before they go up here. That would be real swell. Because we don't have an army, and we won't until Ahsoka Rismate is ready to go. Oh, yes, we also gotta get you guys that war paint of Talantula, which does what? Stop that. Which damn it, damage resistance. It gives us damage resistance. That's what it does, even if it don't want to show it. Alrighty, well, we'll deal with Kairos as we can. And oh, our Confederation debuff is done. Diplomacy, quick deal. Alright, goes to Pahwaks. Okay, not what I was expecting. Huh. Okay, that's... That's interesting. Cult of SOTEK. You have a lot of territory, so we gain 11 territories, but I don't like the fact that the Ghosts of Pahwaks only have 1 territory, but at minus 59, what's the likelihood, right? We probably shouldn't wait, and if we wait too long, Cult of SOTEK will simply rebuild their armies and then not be willing to anymore. Alright, I guess we gotta take it. We gotta take it. Confederation it is, my friend Tehenhauin. We will be losing the income, but we will be gaining quite a bit of territory. Though I imagine we won't be able to hold all of it. At least not immediately, we'll at least be able to reclaim most of it. I wonder what Wolfheart will do when we do this. Because he was at war with Tehenhauin. I guess we'll find out. He's not at war with us and out. Tehenhauin's all the way out here. Cool. Let's see. Goes to Pahwaks. He probably won't like that either. Ooh.
At your service.
Nearly a non-aggression pact with Eotain. Well, that's just swell. probably quite necessary as well. Plus 51, our relationship is quite good. Wow, these guys really want that trade agreement. Wow, what the heck? Shadow Legion? Shadow Legion is nearly willing to trade with us? Okay, I was really not expecting that one. Averland still wants a defensive alliance. Northern provinces, yeah, good, good. Get nearer to that military alliance. Averland and Waterloo aren't, because they're dead. Oh, they took the sacred pool. Wait. I thought that was full of Skaven. Okay, interesting. What do we have here? Lord Skrolk Province secure the Night Forest Road. Okay, so we have a bunch of territories, we have a bunch of plagues going. Army receives plague, Confederation, we are well aware. Alright, Talashbok. You are waiting for your second source and you are waiting for your caster. Now, this is just an assassin, but we can also have him assassinate... Well, no, we can have him assault units, I suppose. What do we have here in terms of defenses? Can we fight this? Oh wow, that's a lot of carronades. But I'm pretty sure we can still fight it. Even as slightly damaged as we are. Oh, wait, right, you have those skink cohorts because you're waiting for the rest of your stuff. The problem is the rest of your stuff is currently held by Pragiol. Alright, our units are really quite spread out, aren't they? Sathera, Cat the Well, that's not taking Itza, that's for certain, but it might be able to take something else. And what do we have here? Ooh, hello. Red-crested skinks with shields. Oh wow, this is a rare unit, or in the sense that we can't rebuild the unit, most likely. We need to make sure that this unit survives. I don't want to be spreading plagues to our own territories, but we definitely need to make sure this unit survives. And in fact, just thinking of that unit also, what do we have here? Cunning and Skaven Denial, no thank you. Yeah, we also dropped by like 5.5k per turn. Alright, we have more red-crested skinks here, and ooh, a Blessed Saurus unit. We can get him unit upgrades immediately as well. I forget what I was doing, I think it was Quetzal with all of these guys, right? Banishment, magical attacks, and unbreakable versus... Yeah, the healing is just too valuable, isn't it? Plus the damage resistance. And I do like the... Frostbite. Huh, these guys have a different set of blessings than the regular Saurus Warriors do, don't they? Kinda, and oh, this is another Slan. Man, we're suddenly just swimming in Slan. There's so many. Lovely, and oh, we probably even have more, actually. I would imagine that there's probably one wounded or not currently available. I do like the speed increase and the melee defense, and the Frostbite ain't bad either, but once again, it's so hard to say no to the Blessed Spawning of Quetzal. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's only one thing, but still. Oh! Feral Cold Ones get this stuff as well. Damn, we're gonna be running out of alignments. Melee defense plus 15. Oh my. That ain't bad. And I know they have Primal Instincts, which is quite annoying, but don't the Slan's Calming Presence kind of ignore that? Unbreakable, stops rampage, duration 30 seconds, effect range infinite. So, basically everywhere. So we could certainly build an army with a decent amount of Feral Cold Ones. We also have a regular Feral Basti here, which I don't think we have anywhere. What does this do? Trample. Passive ability, direct damage, effect range 10... Okay, so it's really close. Huh. But I do have to wonder how effective it is. What about the other augment? Passive ability, Pursuit of Battle, physical resistance plus 20 and melee defense plus 15. It's not bad. However, these guys are generally so tanky that this feels unnecessary. I'd like to try Trample and see how effective it is in combat. So let's go Warpaint of Xhotl, and we're going to be keeping these guys minus the Razor Dawn Hunting Pack. Wait, actually just out of curiosity, did this give us extra Razor Dawn Hunting Pack capacity? It did. It's gonna be a lot of Razor Dawn hunting packs. We're not gonna have room for anything else in here. Just Razor Dawns and Saurus, basically. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just more than I was expecting. Ooh, we also now have more Salamander capacity for a second fire army. Yeah, I know, it's gonna be a little bit of an admin-heavy episode, but it shouldn't be surprising considering the nature of the... nature of the Confed. You know what? We may build these, but we may also build them somewhere else, not necessarily in this particular location. Anyway, you know what? We'll do those alignments and maybe these align... Oh, wow. 3 Blessed Croxies. Oh, that's fantastic. And sacrificial offerings. Huh. Oh, wait, but we got this army from this guy and they didn't do that. Huh, okay, you know what? It might be tied to the fact that they're in Tehenhauin's army. If we trade them to another army, this may no longer be the case. His unique currency may be overriding this stuff. Still, 3 Blessed Kroq-Gars is pretty fantastic, and his army is actually not so bad. Look at that. He does have those red-crested skinks. I guess we gotta collect all the red-crested skinks with shields, since I take it we're not going to be able to build them, unless there's a special location that allows their construction of them, but I assume it's only available for Tehenhauin's faction. Either way, we gotta collect them from all the bonus armies that we got. We got 1 from here, we got 3 here, and we got 3 here. Alright, so we got a core of 7, and that's probably all the ones we'll be able to get through the entire campaign, so we'll have to try to keep them alive, give them a decent amount of skink chiefs to buff them up even further. Huh, you're both survivors, eh? Well, I prefer skink buffs, but it's better than nothing. Anyway, we're not going to move these guys for now. Let's see about Tlashbog attacking, shall we? I wanted to send him up here, but I still think that this is probably going to be a decent fight. Kowal, you are traveling to... not to Kylok, you're traveling to Kanos Kier. So you can reach Kanos Kier, wherever he goes. Alright, Kanos, I think I want you to go right here, near Xhotl, so that if they attack, that we can still go to it. Then, we'll move Kowal to transfer units to you. And we're gonna attack with Tlashbog in a sec. I just don't want to forget all of this stuff that we have to do. Gotta remember that we can very well get ambushed at any time. Alrighty, these 2 are gonna go in, or these 3 rather, to this army. We are going to lose the Chameleon Skinks, the Amexon Barb, which is going to our new army that's based around the Razordons, and I guess 1 of the Grudge Throwers for now. The other one will be replaced by a Soroskar veteran. Yeah. Alright, there we go, because this is one of our partial Dino armies. You, Kowal, are probably going to head into Xhotl then, and just sit here. While Paragio, also, can you channel maybe? Yeah, so we don't lose the extra money. Paragio is going to head down to the Monument of Thunder, wherein he will be moving out from and moving to the Marks of the Old Ones next turn, to trade with Tlashbog. Then, you are going to go here. We're going to unsummon the Amexon Barb, because we'll be summoning it for the endgame scenario in Isoko Rismate's armor, who has 1 more turn until he can move, and now it's time to fight. Alright, I'll just get you a level. You still need a priest, but we'll get you 1 as well, and I guess you're gonna go for Beast Driver, because you're gonna have a bunch of Basties. No, wait, you're gonna have a bunch of Stegs, but that's still Beast Drivers, so yes. Ancient Stegs, and I guess we'll have to figure out whether we actually want to buff the Coatl or not, but it's not super important right now. Hit Catherine the Starved here, and if not, hit the Marks of the Old Ones. Catherine's not going to run, which means these guys will be drawn into a battle. Ooh, Deathshriek Terrorgeist will be versing against 2 Coatl, but I'm pretty darn confident in Tlashbog's capabilities. So let's put the banner of the Scarecrow banner on you guys for your aerial battle, and here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Tlashbog finally out and about once again, or as always, looking fantastic with his with that spine armor that he has. Alrighty, but in the meantime, Paragio is going to open up the battle by heading towards the Vampire Fleet Admiral that was outside the enemy settlement, and we will be moving Tlashbog to help him out in a second or so. He's in here somewhere. We'll sight him eventually. Ah, there he is. was kind of hard to spot in the jungles. And there's the charge, and I don't imagine the enemy lord will survive this for too long. There's a pretty big disparity in combat prowess, and oh look, now there are two of them. In addition to that, it's a little bit unfortunate that Tlashbok's army does not currently have any magic wielders, because we have 171 winds of magic saved up. It's quite a lot, but we have no current use for it, even with the amount. But it's okay. That'll make the battle a little bit more difficult, though I don't imagine it'll be all that difficult in the first place, mostly because we will be fighting this fight within the jungles, where we have a major advantage. Not just because the lore advantage, i.e. Lizardmen have jungle fighting capabilities, but rather because this is the Vampire Coast, and they are completely reliant on having range superiority, or to most of their army compositions, especially those used by the AI. In addition to that, the range superiority is going to be even less effective because of all the trees in their way, and the fact that we're going to be in their faces by the time they get to the get on the field. Speaking of, there they are. I decided not to go any closer to them, just to allow them a little bit of space to move onto the field, or else I'd feel bad. But otherwise, here we go. And while we may not have a lot of access to direct magic, as in actual spells, we do have bound abilities that don't cost winds of magic. We do have 2 burning alignments, and I want to say 3 bound Uranon's thunderbolts in this army. So that's actually not so bad in terms of the sheer amount of spells that we can get going. And I see the Thunderous one. Ooh, I really like the way the Thunderous one looks when it's like behind the fog. You can only see the crackling lightning around the structure, around the Howdah there. There's the Uranon's Thunderbolt. The Burning Alignment comes in even as the Thunderous one and does charge in through the enemy as well. It's going to charge directly through most... Man, that is blinding. Should be blinding alignment. Thunderous one has charged directly through the enemy lines, which are here heading directly towards the enemy Vampire Fleet Admiral, and has already distracted them, and as well as going to try to distract these carronades and mortars. We're going to push our stegs, as this is our steg army after all, through towards the enemy artillery as best we can. We're not going to be using the regular stegs with their long-range damage as artillery pieces, because we need them to distract enemy artillery, because the enemy artillery would simply outshoot them. They may be fairly okay in terms of range damage, but they're probably not good enough to make use of that. Anyway, more Uranon's Thunderbolts coming down, and there's that burning alignment. I also do believe the enemy Terrorgeist has finally arrived on the field. Deathshriek Terrorgeist, I should be specific, has arrived on the field, but it'll be facing off against 2 Coatl, and I just don't think that that's a great matchup for it. It may be anti-large, but the Coatl, as we've already seen many a time and many about... Okay, that's impossible to see, isn't it? Yeah, so the Coatl are going to be able to rip it apart. There we go. It's already down to half HP, and it looks like it'll begin crumbling away in a second as well. I'm going to have to keep the spacebar depressed here because the canopy makes it impossible to see anything, but we don't have to see anything for too long, as the Deathshriek Terrorgeist is just about done. In fact, is going to try to get away from the Coatl, but they're pretty quick, and they're shooting lightning into it from the back as it tries to run, and down goes the Deathshriek Terrorgeist. Alright, beautiful. Oh, I do like the corpse animation, the way that it falls upside down in the teeth and stuff. Actually pretty nice as an object that remains on the field. Anyway, as we can see, the Saurus are now overwhelming all those poor gunnery mobs which are unable to make good use of their range damage. The Coatl have also come down in these jungles to help out against the animated hulks, and really anything and everything that they can reach. This army really can't do much. It can hope that the animated hulks do enough damage to the Saurus, but I sincerely doubt that they're going to be effective enough in that regard, and I do believe with the balance of power at about 75, maybe closing on 80%, the battle should be over pretty soon. As we can see, these 3 units of stegs have basically charged through the enemy lines and broken them here, and while a few of the monstrous infantry remain hurt, once these guys die here, the battle will be ours. Tlashbok is also trying to break through the enemy lines towards the enemy lord here, but I guess the Thunderous one can take care of him over time, especially as we continue to drop those Uranon's Thunderbolts. And I can see that the enemy are beginning to crumble away. Here comes a third burning alignment, as the first one used has now gone off cooldown, and this should delete the last remaining zombies. Yeah, we may not have a caster, but damn it if we don't have a lot of magical prowess here. We really just need to get a Skink Priest of the Heavens to be able to cast more Thunderbolts. This is the Thunder Army, after all. I'm just now thinking, do we want 2 Skink Priests for even more Thunder? Kind of leaning into the whole idea. Though then we'd have to try to put the, Oracle into a different army. I guess we potentially wanted one Gorok's army as well. Anyway, and not super important right now, we'll figure that out. The rest of the army is dead. The Krabby Boys, as usual, last on the field because they're quite tanky and pretty much the only really threatening Vampire Chaos unit that we've so far had to deal with. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of enemies, but these guys are really quite I mean, it's not like that they do crazy amounts of damage or anything, it's just that they take a long time to bring down. Oh, actually that reminds me, in my Carl campaign, they did manage to sort of kill a lord. So yeah, you gotta be wary of the units, plus a little bit of bias because I do like the unit myself, at least the gunnery version, not the regular defensive version. But anyway, I digress. A heroic victory for Tlashbok, but honestly pretty much every victory for Tlashbok is a heroic victory. He always gets those wins even when it doesn't look like it, and I'm expecting way more of that as we go. Alrighty, there we go. Certainly not a particularly difficult fight, but it did come close to 10% losses, and our dinos did take damage without those revivification crystals that do need to be added to this army. It's going to be a little bit difficult still. Gotta get those heals up and running. Though, now I'm thinking, let's see, we will need, assuming we get another Source Scarvet and a Priest to replace this, we'll need to make room. Need to make more room in this army. And now I'm not entirely sure what would we be taking out. Would we be taking more Saurus out? We're certainly not taking the dinos out. This is a Thunder army after all. Well, I guess we'll see. In the meantime, we're going to go kill and eat because obviously we'll need to heal, and we do have a lot of rat armies nearby, so there's always going to be potential for them to attack us. Ally mission successful, swell and swell. We did just use a bunch of allegiance from our dwarven allies. Obsidian lodestone we don't really care about, but still, better than nothing. And then you're going to take the marks of the old ones with an auto-resolve. These guys have reclaimed their HP. Oh, and of course the Death Shriek Terror guys survived. Auto-resolve that, a little bit of damage, a free Trickster Shards, and hey, for once, we are once again getting use out of those alignments. Occupy the place, and there we are. Alrighty. We do not need the underground lagoon here. I guess we can keep the Sacred Spawning Caverns here at the Monument of Thunder, but for now we'll get those skink lookouts, as we'll need defensive structures pretty much everywhere in Lustria, especially if the Skaven are going to get powered up with the endgame scenario. I don't remember whether... well, there'll obviously be an option. I guess we'll see who will be going after. Also, before I forget, now... you can reach Chakwa by the looks of it with your little army. You, Cythera, cannot. I guess the question is, can Chakwa defend itself? And the answer probably is no. Because I'd like to send Gorok to take out the Sacred Pools and claim that for us. I'm just a little bit concerned about Cat the Drowned taking this out. Granted, with the aerial units offered by Kylok, plus Kylok himself, this might be a strong enough army that it does not fear these guys? Iffy. How would we kill the Vampire Fleet, Captain? What do we have in terms of defenses of Chakwa? Ain't much. And I guess we gotta trust in the power of the Pterodon Ride. It's just that they can't hurt the Rotting Prometheans or the Animated Hulks. I guess we'll see. I guess there's no guarantee that these guys can actually reach us anyway. It looks like it's close to it. Now, they probably can. Like, you're not in march stance. If you go into regular stance, you nearly are able to, and... well, I guess we'll see. Either way, Gorok, that doesn't change what you have to do, which is to go into Astromancy stance. Nope. Go into regular stance, and go to the Sacred Pools, destroy them, and leave Bordalo destroyed for good. Unresolved. Occupy. We lost the Sacred Pools once, but we won't be losing it again, at least certainly not to you. We got a second Horn of Kygor, and it is somewhat useful. And Wenkalan has himself a Carnosaur as well. So we got both Lord Shultep and Wenkalan both on Carnos. Very, very nice. Powers up Gorok's army even further. Alrighty, also I want to check, Temple Precinct please, I want to check whether we have more Slan Mages. So we do have the 4th gen Life Mage, or Life Priest, which is from Mazdamundi. Then we have, there we go, a 3rd gen Slan of Light. Oh, interesting. So Net of Amantok. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Reload time reduction, eh? Reload time reduction and a little bit of melee attack. Now I'm just wondering, should we perhaps then instead use Isoko Rismate to lead another army, a Saurus army, while the Light Mage with the Net of Amantok uses the Razor Dawns because of the ability to stop the enemies with the net? We'll still have to have a main line of Saurus here, that's the thing. The Slan won't change that. And the Saurus would be more powerful under Isoko Rismate, but probably not by a crazy amount. And the Slan generally will be able to offer us still a lot. And on top of that, you're a perfect spawn, not a leader of your kind. So you don't necessarily have to lead this army, you can lead another one. And we'll still have a couple of Saurus Scarvets in there. Anyway, without getting into too much more admin, I think this is probably going to be a pretty good place to call the episode. We'll do a little bit more admin over the start of the next episode. I like to try to spread it out between several episodes rather than doing it all at once, so that we can get a little bit more in the way of battles going. So we'll try that. We do still have a bunch of enemy armies to fight, maybe even try to have Mazdamundi sail out and attack these, depending on if we want to get him the Shredder of Lustria and the 2 Carnosaurs available. We do have to have our army sail down, or an army ready to go to fight Kairos, since he's finally revealed, and not at a great time for us, to be perfectly frank, with the endgame scenario arriving soon. But hopefully we can find out if that is so. Stay tuned for more lizards. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.